Yo, Aisun here, back again with yet another art video. This time I'm back with a simple sketchbook session video, which is something that I haven't really done yet on this channel. This is another series, or at least idea of mine, I want to get in the habit of doing, even when I don't exactly have a dedicated idea for a video, and I still want to post something. Regardless, I'm filling out the first page of my brand new sketchbook, even though I haven't exactly painted the cover of it yet. I am drawing the character Jinhsi from the new game Wuthering Waves, and by the time of me releasing this video, version 1.1 should already be live. If you don't know, Wuthering Waves is a new fantasy RPG that came out about a month ago, and I've been playing it almost every day since then. While critics say that the art style of Wuthering Waves isn't quite as vibrant or quote-unquote lively as Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail, I actually fell in love with the style of the game. Something about it reminds me of a 90s anime for some reason, and that kinda is the whole aesthetic I'm going after when it comes to my own art style. While it is important to study fundamentals as an artist, I think there's nothing wrong with indulging with fan art, or at least being inspired by the favorite shows, video games, and other forms of media that you consume. After all, art is the reflection of one's reality, and it also includes the media that we consume each and every day. I think sometimes younger artists can also get into the habit of thinking that their art has to conform to a certain art style, and that can also be detrimental to creativity. I've seen some artists get frustrated when their art style isn't exactly the most consistent or changes almost constantly. I know, because I used to be one of those people. In the age of social media, we forget that art is a marathon and not a sprint, and that there shouldn't necessarily be a competition on who has the better style or not. If your tastes and preferences change as you age, it makes sense that your art style will also change to reflect that. The way I see it, as long as you're having fun, there's nothing really wrong with not having a quote-unquote consistent art style. And after all, I almost feel like it's sort of robotic to expect to draw something this exact same way every single time. After all, we are human artists, not machines. We weren't designed to copy everything exactly the same for every single piece that we draw. When I was a younger artist, I used to look at an inconsistent art style and think of it as a nuisance. But as I grew up to consume more media, I quickly realized it's a bit of a superpower. I mean, think about it. You're following your favorite manga or webtoon or other form of visual media. Especially if this is a longer series, the very first chapter of that series is probably going to look a lot different than the final chapter. When we think of artists like Toriyama or Miura or Araki, we know these greats from their series, whether it's Dragon Ball or Berserk or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You can see how much their art styles change over the course of decades. We can see that their styles change not just by the story itself, but by other artists that they know or other factors going on in their life. At least in my case as an artist, I like to think that my art style shouldn't necessarily be a static thing that never changes. Art is a fluid subject, and that there's no hard and fast rules with how you should develop as an artist. I think it's a bad idea to limit our art style to a tiny box that can never be moved or changed, and in a way that does hinder growth. But that's just my theory. If you have a different take than mine, then don't hesitate to leave that down below in the comments. And if you've made it that far, then don't hesitate to drop a like and subscribe to my art channel. I'm still a new art channel. I've been doing this for about 3 months now, and I am still kind of in an experimental phase myself about how I want to take this channel. I also have other social medias which will be listed down below in the description. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, as well as a new Kara account that I made not too long ago. This sketchbook session is supposed to be a bit more of a chill approach compared to my other videos, so I don't want to ramble on too long. If you liked what you see here and are interested in more of my art opinions, then stick around for the next video. And until then, take care.